post the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. What's good, everybody? Good mornings, good mornings, good mornings. Salute, salute, salute. Andios is in the building. Cowboy Bob in the building. The original DSJ is in the building. Salute. Salute, salute, salute. Salute to, hey, congratulations to the New York Liberty. Salute, salute, salute. Good morning, everybody. Running a little bit behind, man. Had a little rough night last night. A little diabetic-y stuff going on last night, man. Salute. We here, though. Salute to everybody starting off their work week. You're probably at your desk or at your job already. Glad you made it there safe. It is 33 to the hours, 27 past the hour, everybody. Salute as you are starting your work week. I see Pastor Jay is in the building. Salute. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, man. So yeah, just had a little rough night. Wasn't anything major. It was just like stuff. The stuff diabetics go through. So nothing major. No hospital stay. No whatever. Corey Lee is in the building. And salute to all the members of the channel. Salute. Everyone, please keep in mind that we are trying to reach a goal of 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So help the Lawrence Tears family reach their 4,000 subscriber goal. Just Knicks is in here. Okay, all right. So what is it that you guys want to talk about this morning? What is it that y'all want to talk about this morning? I need to get an original good morning song for the channel. That just dawned on me that I don't have an original good morning songs, a Lawrence Tier specific good morning track that I can play. I don't have one of those. And that's interesting that I don't have it. Maybe that's something that we can work on. TC is in the building. TC says, Cat is not soft. He plays better D than folks understand. Oh, y'all want to start with the Cat is soft conversation? DJ Cash is in the building. DJ Cash is in here. All right, y'all. DSJ says, topic of the day, the hunger for more New York championships. Yeah, we kind of talked on that yesterday on Old School Knicks. That was like a specific thing me and AD had talked about. So we talked about that on Old School Knicks about how the Jets and Mets and Rangers and Devils and Yankees and Liberty And everybody except the Giants probably had a legitimate shot until yesterday. And then yesterday happened. And Cowboy Bob says, how do you feel about Boston? I don't. Cowboy Bob, I just don't. If you've been around long enough, you know I don't feel anything about Boston. Right? And it's not passe or laissez-faire. It's just when I just don't. Every time somebody say the word ball, I'm like, so? I don't care. TC says that the refs gave the Liberty the game. It won't say that on the trophy, though. Those 2001, 2002 Lakers, they don't care nothing about Sacramento crying, bro. Every time the 2001, 2002 Lakers look at their trophies, they play that Justin Timberlake for other teams. Put on that Disney boy song. Cry me a river, cry me a river. Yeah. Yeah, man. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, don't you? Yeah. We appreciate you being here. Wacko is in the building. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So we got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on in Knicks universe. Right. So we got a lot of stuff going on in Knicks universe. It's 9:31 on your I was gonna say on your FM dial. It's 9:31. So if you have somewhere to be by 10, you better get your move on so you can get paid. All right. DSJ asks, is there any players still available that you wouldn't mind signing to finishing out the roster after the players we waived? No. No. And to be honest, Landry Shamet didn't even move the needle for me. To be honest. I really liked what I saw out of the young guys. Now, I don't know if it's sustainable because they'll go through their learning curves. But there are no veterans out there that make me think, if we don't have them, we're in trouble. There are no rookies out there that make me, no veterans out there like, we can't live without them. There aren't any of those guys out there. And there are, and then the irony too is itchy nose. You know that part where your glasses kind of meet your face a little bit? You know what I'm talking about? Like barely touch your face. Yeah. And no, Cowboy Bob, I was not gold mining just now. Cowboy Bob out there probably got his phone now. I got jokes. I was not gold mining. Right. Now it's just that part of that part of your face, like right where your glasses barely touch that little area. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know if there's a guy out there that I'm in love with, a player that I'm in love with. I think Killian Hayes and Tom Thibodeau are a match made in heaven. I think Killian Hayes and Tom Thibodeau are a match made in heaven. However, I don't know if I want to see him around this team. But if you're talking about from an overall sense, Killian Hayes and Tom Thibodeau are family, right? Because Killian Hayes is a dude that's kind of like Josh Hart minus the rebounding. He's kind of Josh Hart-ish in that he'll do whatever it takes, but his offense is zero. Josh Hart has a little offense. Killian Hayes is that on offense. And DSJ says, so no flyers on Lonnie Walker the fourth. Now that he's I'm gonna ask this. I'm gonna ask this. If Lonnie Walker could make a team with a very thin bench, what does that say about what does that say about LW4? Ivory 10 is in the building. Salute. Yo, Perez is in the building. What's good? Yeah. Perez says, I told you Josh Hart was out there for cardio with the starting five. Better off the bench. That's interesting, though. Is he better on? Is the bench unit? Is he better with that bench unit, or is the bench unit better with Josh Hart? I don't think so. I don't think so. Ivory 10 says, we could have said that about Shamet also. I don't remember. You mean about what? About is Landry Shamet good enough to, if he wasn't good enough to make a roster and blah? I think Landry Shamet just went unsigned. I think Landry Shamet just went unsigned. Like, I don't remember him being on or playing for it. I think Landry Shamet was an unrestricted free agent. That was just teams just had to figure out what their needs were before they. Landry Shamet was not a priority free agent, basically. He wasn't a priority free agent. And so, with that said, he was probably treated a little bit differently. Probably treated a little bit differently. I was talking to a few people about maybe the Knicks trading talent into those spots. But I saw a few things on social media where the Knicks don't have to be pressured into signing guys. They could just take their time. The Knicks can take their time. And knowing the Knicks, I would. Question for you guys. Now that the season is about to start, do you revisit the trade rumors from the offseason? Do you revisit the trade rumors from the offseason? Do you revisit Walker Kessler? Now that you know the value of your players, you got to see them, or you have an estimate of the value of your players, would you consider a Pacom Dadier for Walker Kessler type deal? would you consider a Tyler Kolek and Pacom Dadier for Walker Kessler and something? Just asking you. See, because it's funny how it's funny how our opinions change once we get to see guys go out and get cardio, right? Once you get to see guys go out and play and all that stuff, our feelings change. Like there legit are some people that love Landry Shamet already, and Landry Shamet was a late addition to the roster and they value Landry Shamet, right? And just speaking from a practical note, I don't. If he was here, I'd root for him, but he ain't here, so I'm not. Right? If he were here as a Knick, yes, I'd root for him. I'd pull for him, but he's not. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not longing for Landry Shamet. Tay Mack in the building. Cardiac Knicks is in the building. Ivory 10 is in the building. Felicia Lee is in the building. Andio says, hit that like button, subscribe, help the channel get to that place of 4,000 subscribers. Felicia Lee says, good morning, blessings to you and your family. Nope, Danny Ainge is going to want more like first round picks as well. Great comment. That's a great comment. That's a great comment. Yeah. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about who we would be dealing with. 9:42 in the morning. If you have somewhere to be, whether you're headed to a destination, and salute to those listening to us on earbuds at work. Salute to the truck drivers listening to us through their speakers out on the open road. Salute to the customer service people that probably have the show on their phone watching us with subtitles. Salute to all of y'all. So how desperate are you to fill in the back end of that Knicks roster with talent? Would you trade away Tyler Kolek and Pacom Dadier to get a more solidified presence? And so Tay Max says Tyler the Creator Kolek is the future. And 20 Sam says maybe one of them to get a more solidified veteran presence. Yeah, something to consider, right? What happens if Mikal Bridges is slingshot 3 doesn't start dropping? I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that, man. That man can play. That man can play. That man, listen, man. Knicks fans have been telling me for years that they want Mikal Bridges. For years. Some Knicks fans wanted Mikal Bridges before they even knew the Jalen Brunson thing was a thing. You hear me? Some Knicks fans wanted Mikal Bridges back when we had Elfrid Payton. And now that he's here, We're questioning Mikal Bridges. Nah, boss. Nah, Perez. I'm not saying that was you per se. You know that. Perez know that. You know, Perez know how I have to bring up the feelings of the fan base. So Perez know I'm not talking about him. Dripmore is in the building. Ivory 10 says need more details, but Dadier, Mitch, and Kolick for Kessler and Sexton. Does the money match? Seems like it. Seems like the money would match. Seems like the money would match. DJ Cash had a comment. What's DJ Cash's comment? DJ Cash said, no trades, go with what we got. Okay. B-Baller for real is in the building. Salute. Good mornings. I don't know where to go with that. Fill out the end of your bench scenario. I don't know where to go with that. I'm going to say go with what you have for right now, right? This is my stance right now is go with what you have. And if things appear to not be steady, then consider it. Like if the Knicks break out of the box 3-9, okay, the bench is a problem. If the Knicks break out of the box 3-9, or if they're 6-14, or say they're 8-17 at 25 games, then I'd be like, yeah, we got to do something. But none of us see that as a possible scenario. None of us do. Andrew Collins is in the building. 13 minutes to the top of the hour. Ivory 10 says Sexton shoots career 39% from 3 and 47% from 2. Goes to the line 5 times a game. No. Aye. Aye. Who that? I feel you, Ivory. I feel you on that, right? But why would you trade for Colin Sexton when you have Cameron Payne? Now, I know Colin Sexton is a better player, better scorer. Yeah, and so don't want to create a rumor. So I'm not creating a rumor. I'm saying if we feel as if we are picking over leftovers. Anthony D is in the building, fresh off a Jets victory on national TV. Salute to Anthony D. I mean, man, Anthony D is in the building. I feel for him having to go to work today as a Jets fan. Feel for Anthony D having to go to work as a Jets fan today. As a Bears fan, we didn't lose this week. As a Bears fan, we didn't lose. So, yeah, so there's that part of it. And I probably would have been a Jets or a Giants fan or a Cowboys fan or a Raiders fan or a Steelers fan. But how I got to be a Bears fan is when we used to play free for all in the street, you know, all the kids used to always take all the best players. They'd be like, yo, I'm Franco Harris. Nah, man, I'm Tony Dorsett. I'm Drew Pearson. You know, all them guys. Yo, I'm Emerson Boozer. You know what I'm saying? I'm John Riggins. And I used to be like, well, I need somebody to be. I need to be somebody. And Mr. Ronald from across the street was like, yo, be that boy from Chicago. Be that boy from Chicago. And this is in Jersey City, but Mr. Ronald and them, I think Mr. Ronald and them used to live on Woodlawn with us, but I think he had moved to Jersey City from down south. So he's like one of them down south dudes living up north working. And so he's like, be that boy from Chicago. And so I went to their house. I saw that boy from Chicago. And I've been a fan ever since. Going on like 50 years. That was like 1976, 1977. So it's going on 50 years. 50 years later, I'm still a Bears fan. So thank you, all the little kids on Woodlawn, for taking all the good players and leaving me stuck with the great Walter Payton. I had to mimic Walter Payton in the street. I'm Sweetness. I'm Walter Payton. Snipes Entertainment is in the building. John Bryce is in the building. Salute. Good mornings. If I'm the Knicks, man, I'm just gonna really, really, really slow play this thing. The only injury I think is detrimental to us is the Precious injury. And the reason why the Precious injury is just that important is because Mitch was already hurt. If Mitch was healthy, I don't think there is a Precious conversation. We would be like, he get back when he get back, right? But since you have Mitch out and Precious out, that means you are one. If Karl-Anthony Towns comes down lands on somebody's foot, your starting center is Jericho Sims, and his backup is Ariel Hukporty. And that's my concern. That's why when people are talking to me about Lonnie Walker the fourth or some random wing player, I'm like, for what? We are one Karl-Anthony Towns turned ankle from starting Jericho Sims and Ariel Hukporty getting 20 minutes a game with Precious out. And then it starts that cycle of, well, can Mitch come back early? I heard Mitch would be back before Christmas. And Precious, now you rushing Precious back on a hamstring, and then Precious will come back early and tweak it and then be going out 3 months because he's seeing Jericho Sims and Ariel Hukporty get the center minutes. Now Precious is trying to rush back early on a hamstring. And you see how weird everything will get? You know what I'm saying? Now we're giving Moses Brown a 10-day contract from the G League. And we know Moses Brown can't breathe air, walk, and chew bubblegum at the same time. Right? If Moses Brown could breathe air, walk, and chew bubblegum at the same time, He'd be in the NBA right now. Like the dude just said, football practice, big for nothing. Yeah. And so I don't want to fearmonger, but I just want to tell you how I feel about picking from the scrap heap. If I have to pick from the scrap heap, you can best believe it's going to be for a big man. If I have to pick from the scrap heap, I'd prefer to get Greg Brown III. He's listed at 6'7", but he's a energetic power forward like Precious. If I have to pick from the scrap heap, then I'll go get something like that. If I have to. Doesn't mean I want to. Nah, I don't want to go down that road. I don't. Walter White isn't a place to be. White says, Precious will be back soon. Cat won't get hurt tomorrow. It's not gloom and doom. Nah, no. Precious will be back soon enough. Hey, if you have not done so, man, hit that like button. DJ Cash says every team is faced with injury. Barring any further injury, we need to stay the course. Just need to have a plan in place if it happens. Yeah. That's one of the things that I'm getting at, man. If as he leans in on the desk. If I have to go get a guy, then it's definitely for a energy big that can play multiple positions. I'm not in a hurry to just go get a center. It'll definitely be for an energy big. I think Hoops Hype had a list. Let's see. Hoops. So Hoop Hype has a top 20. Maybe this list is outdated. Yeah, I think this list is outdated. I'm not going to go by this list. Let's look at free agent rumors, though. Okay. I don't see when this. Willie Cauley Stein signed in China. I like Trill. All right. Yeah. I don't think this is updated. I don't know if there is a updated thing. Yeah, there's no updated thing out here. I'm gonna chill on that for right now. DSJ, you want Mo Bamba? Oh, calling, blowing up my phone. Yo, if you ain't never heard that in a place with a lot of people, bro, if you ain't never heard that like at a party or something, that's yo, the song is fire. Like at a party, man. It's that Mo Bamba song is fire at a party. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? That song is fire at a party, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you ain't never heard that, just you ever been to like a high school football game and you ever been like to a high school football game and all them teenage boys about to walk out, they ain't nothing but like 15, 16 years old, 17 years old, and over over the thing while the other team warming up, while the other team on the other side warming up, the cheerleaders come running out, and then you hear Mo Bamba. Oh, calling, blowing up my phone. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fritz Alcindor Jr. is in the building. Salute. It's 10:01 on the East Coast. Everybody, hurry up and get your questions in real quick before we have to go our separate ways. Put your comments and your questions in the chat. DSJ says that Mo Bamba song sounds like we should have a book of the dead trying to control zombies. Yo, and yeah, I'm one of the zombies, bro. Yo, for that Mo Bamba song, that song be, man, listen, man. That song be crazy, bro. That song is crazy. That song is crazy. Yeah, man, that song go hard though. You only get somebody hype, play that Mo Bamba song. It was the only reason why I was saying that if the Knicks are just gonna sign a random center, sign Mo Bamba so we can hear that song. Walter White says, do you think Tibbs will use his rookies in any real capacity? Absolutely. I think you're gonna see both. I think you're gonna see two rookies tomorrow night. I think you're gonna see two rookies tomorrow night. Right? I think you're gonna see Dadier for real out of necessity. And I think you're going to see Tyler Kolek in some type of stretch, right? And the reason why I say that is because I gotta say it, everybody. And I know I'm going to sound like a hater. I'm not hating, right? I'm not hating, right? But Deuce McBride don't show up in big games, right? Traditionally, Deuce McBride is not a big game shower upper, if that makes sense to y'all. Maybe it don't. To me, it does. Deuce McBride is not a big game shower upper. Now, does he show up? Yes, but does he step up? And I like Deuce. And maybe he'll prove me wrong. And if he watching, maybe that'll be motivation. Guerrero in the building. Hey, Guerrero, man, listen. I hope so, brother. I hope so. I hope so. I hope he starts to step up this year and then step up in them big games. I hope so. I hope Deuce is that Emmanuel Quickly type guy where, well, no, Emmanuel Quickly was only consistent in big games, in my view. In regular games, Quickly out there, just getting cardio. But in big games, when he out there guarded by Drew Holiday, he cooking. Quickly out there on the floor with Steph Curry, he cooking. Sherwin is in the building. Guerrero says, hopefully being the backup off guard is easier for him. Yeah. Deuce has to be a point guard. Deuce has to be a point guard. He has to be. Deuce has to be a point guard because the Knicks can't afford to have mismatches just because of Deuce. Hey, yeah, I see you. I see your point. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Sherwin says, according to recent analysis, a relatively small percentage of Karl-Anthony Towns' points currently come from post-up offense, with estimates suggesting it's likely less than 20%. He is just a jump shooter and pick and roll player. Okay. All right. How many players operate in a post again? So just for comparison, just for comparison, like how many bigs operate out of the post nowadays, just to be sure. Luke Skywalker says the point guard terminology is so outdated. Yeah, I agree. And I probably shouldn't say it that way. And you're right, because I've been the redhead kingpin of that, right? That there are no more of that. Guys have different roles. And so I guess what I'm alluding to, I guess I got caught up in a moment, or caught up in a rapture or something. I guess the point that I'm making is Deuce needs to be a primary ball handler, right? Deuce has to be a primary ball handler, because the thing about it is Deuce at a generous 6'2" can't guard NBA 2s, 3s, and 4s, right? Deuce can't guard 2s, 3s, and 4s. Like, Deuce can't guard Devin Booker, right? Bradley Beal is too big and strong for Deuce. Deuce may not be able to guard Derek White or Jaylen Brown, right? He won't be able to guard Paul George. He won't be able to guard Cam Thomas. Those guys are just too big and strong for Deuce. Sherwin says Cat will play fewer minutes because as will be in foul trouble trying to defend. Cat average about 1,743 minutes on the floor over the past 5 seasons. And Walter White says, I'm gonna Google redhead kingpin after this. Yo, Juan B is in the building. Salute. Juan B says, respect to the chat. Good day. Tomorrow ain't it. Knicks gonna give a competitive game, I'm sure. But how will they look against the Celtics? Okay, so that'll be our last topic then. I'll speak to that and then I'll get out of here so I can walk around outside, get some fresh air and all that cool stuff. And before I get on these phones for like 52,000 hours straight back to back. I think that right now the Knicks are better than Boston. I think the Knicks are better than Boston. And it's not Homer talk. It's legitimate NBA analysis. I believe the Knicks are better than Boston. I think their X factor is Derek White. If Derek White takes advantage of Josh Hart, then the Knicks might be in trouble. I think our wing players are better than what people think. I think our wing players are better than what people think. I think our wing players are so good that when you see them against probably the best wing tandem in the NBA, it's going to look like I think when you see Brown and Tatum versus OG and Bridges, I think it's going to open some eyes. You're going to see an elite level skill from Tatum and Brown tomorrow. At the same time, you are going to see elite defense from OG and Brunson. Right? I think Drew Holiday and Derek White are going to rotate defensively on Jalen Brunson. But the X factor of it all is Karl-Anthony Towns versus Al Horford. And if you don't think Karl-Anthony Towns is going to absolutely wash up Al Horford, then I don't know what you've been watching. No shade at anybody, right? No shade. I'm not throwing shade. Man, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. But I can't see a world where Al Horford is not dominated by Karl-Anthony Towns. Dominated. I don't see a world where Luke Cornett can guard Karl-Anthony Towns anywhere on the floor. Will either Tatum or Brown or both or neither win their matchup? I don't know. I guess it depends on how OG and Mikal Bridges plays. But Josh Hart is a factor. Right? On that note, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through and rocking with us. Sorry I was a little bit late, man. Had some issues going on. Be back tomorrow, game day. We'll rock tonight. In between time, though, got to make the donuts. Y'all know what it is. Thank y'all for coming through rocking. I hope y'all have an awesome start to your week. I'm your number one chief rocker, Knicks Universe. Peace, everybody.